In the previous video, we discussed sections 63 to 66 of BNS dealing with rape and its punishments. If you have not seen, I will drop its link in the description. Please watch once. Today, we move to some of the most debated provisions in the entire BNS. These sections frequently appear in Judiciary, LLB and competitive examinations because they involve subtle legal distinctions. So, let's begin. Section 67. Sexual intercourse by husband during separation. Many people mistakenly believe that marriage gives a husband unrestricted legal rights. That is incorrect. Section 67 applies only when the husband and wife are living separately, either under a decree of separation or otherwise recognized by law. If the husband has sexual intercourse with his wife without her consent during such separation, he commits an offense. Punishment: imprisonment, which may extend to 2 years along with a fine. Examination tip: notice carefully. This section does not deal with ordinary married life. It specifically applies where the spouses are living separately. That single fact is often tested in judiciary examinations. Illustration: imagine that a family court grants judicial separation. Despite that order, the husband enters the wife's residence and forces sexual intercourse. This is precisely the type of conduct Section 67 addresses. Difference from IPC. This provision substantially corresponds to the earlier IPS provision on sexual intercourse by husband during separation, but it has been renumbered under the BNS. Section 68. Sexual intercourse by person in authority. Now consider another example. A prison superintendent tells a woman prisoner, "If you cooperate with me, I will arrange your early release." A doctor in a hospital pressurizes a patient. A government officer pressurizes his female subordinate to have intercourse with him, otherwise he would suspend her or stop her promotion. Even though these situations may not satisfy every ingredient of rape under Section 63, they involve exploitation of authority. The law treats such abuse very seriously. Punishment: imprisonment, which may extend to 10 years and also a fine. Key ingredients: the prosecution must establish the accused occupied a position of authority, he abused that position, sexual intercourse occurred because of that abuse. These ingredients should always be remembered. Section 69. Sexual intercourse by deceitful means or false promise of marriage. This is perhaps the most debated provision in the entire BNS. Let us first understand what the law actually says. Section 69 criminalizes sexual intercourse obtained by deceitful means, including a false promise of marriage made without any intention of fulfilling it. The emphasis is on deception from the very beginning. Punishment: imprisonment, which may extend to 10 years and also a fine. The most important distinction: every failed relationship is not a crime. Suppose two adults genuinely intended to marry. Later, because of family opposition or unforeseen circumstances, the marriage does not take place. That by itself does not automatically attract Section 69. However, if the prosecution proves that the accused never intended to marry and made the promise only to obtain sexual consent, the offense may be established. That distinction is crucial. Suppose a married man, by hiding the fact that he is already married, falsely promises a woman of marriage only to obtain sexual intercourse. In this case, from the very beginning, he knows he cannot legally marry the woman. So, this is a classic illustration of deceitful means. Examination tip: whenever you see a problem question, ask, was the promise genuine or was it false from the beginning? That single question often determines the answer. IPC versus BNS. One notable feature is that Section 69 is a new, specifically codified provision under the BNS addressing sexual intercourse obtained through deceitful means, including a false promise of marriage. Under the IPC, similar fact situations were often examined through judicial interpretation of consent and other provisions rather than through a dedicated offense. Section 70. Gang rape. Now we come to one of the gravest offenses under criminal law. Gang rape occurs when a woman is raped by one or more persons acting together in furtherance of their common intention. Every participant becomes equally liable. Punishment: rigorous imprisonment of not less than 20 years. The sentence may extend to imprisonment for the remainder of the offender's natural life. The offender is also liable to pay a fine. where the victim falls within the specially protected category specified in the statute, the punishment may extend to death. Why is punishment so severe? Because gang rape is not merely an offense against one individual. It is considered an aggravated crime involving multiple offenders acting together, causing profound physical and psychological harm. Last minute revision. Section 67, sexual intercourse by husband during separation. Punishment up to 2 years and fine. Section 68, sexual intercourse by person in authority. Punishment up to 10 years and fine. Section 69, sexual intercourse by deceitful means or false promise of marriage. Punishment up to 10 years and fine. Section 70, gang rape. Punishment minimum 20 years, which may extend to imprisonment for the remainder of natural life with enhanced punishment including death in cases specified by law. Conclusion. These 4 provisions show that the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita seeks not only to punish sexual violence but also to address situations where consent is obtained through abuse of authority or deception. For law students, remembering the section number is only half the task. Understanding the ingredients of each offense is what helps you solve problem-based questions and succeed in examinations. In the next video, we will cover sections 74 to 80 dealing with outraging modesty, sexual harassment, disrobing, voyeurism, stalking, and dowry death, another high-scoring area for LLB and Judiciary exams. Until then, keep learning with Dr. Ramesh now, where complex legal concepts are explained in simple English.